Hello twin flames, and welcome to the Divine Masculine reading for Sunday. And the sun's coming out today, a lot of power, and the energy has kind of been speeding up, and there's been a lot of change going on and a lot of realization for the masculine. So I'm going to bring in two powerful decks today, the Island Time Wellbeing cards. So these are the Island Time Wellness cards, which are going to connect with his well-being, to see what's going on inside, what he's dealing with. And I want to bring in the Moon Magic Deep Moon messages to see what he's going through with his emotions and his spiritual center. So what do we need to know? Look at that. Wow. Jumping out the deck. Masculine's on fire again today with these changes. So what's the energy, please, angels, with the masculine today? Thank you. So look at this first of all. This is so powerful. Where is it? I saw it when it jumped out. I will not remain stuck. I choose change. Wow. So your masculine is saying to you, I'm choosing to change. I choose change. And this is so powerful because in the Divine Feminine reading today, the message was, I choose to stay flexible and flow through today. Even if there's no communication, even if things feel stuck, even if the words aren't being spoken, you are choosing to flow. So Divine Feminine is you're choosing to flow, to accept things, to breathe, to be in the now. And because of that, your masculine is choosing to change. I choose change. I will not remain stuck. How powerful is that? So he's letting you know he's not remaining stuck. And yesterday he felt like a masculine. He felt like a mess. He felt stuck. He was looking in the mirror. He was thinking, what a mess I've made of my life. I feel a mess. And he's saying, I'm not choosing that now. I'm choosing change. I'm choosing to move forward. And look what we've got. We've got the axe. So he's choosing to kind of cut away all those negative things and make changes. It says break up. And I feel this is a huge message. The masculine is breaking up with the past. He's creating a separation from the karmic partner. He's separating himself from negative energies. There may be a separation between the two of you right now, but that's actually happening so he can choose change. It says stop the pattern. And he's saying, I will not remain stuck. That's been a pattern, where he's remained where he is. He's gone round and round in circles. He's denied his feelings. He's, just kind of distracted himself with other things and got on with his life, and it's felt boring and mundane and, the same thing every single day. And he's saying, I choose change. I'm cutting that out. And it says silent treatment, abandonment. So he's definitely healing abandonment issues about making changes. The masculine's fear moving on in case they feel abandoned, in case they feel alone. They have this irrational fear of moving towards the Divine Feminine, and then the Divine Feminine walking away. And that's why some of the masculines remain where they are, because they think that if they walk away first, they don't have to see you walking away from them, which is irrational thinking. But he's saying, if I'm giving you the silent treatment, I'm not meaning to. You may see that he is, or see it as he's giving you the silent treatment, but he actually isn't. He's just processing his feelings and working out how to change, because he's saying, I will not remain stuck. I choose change. I'm going to break up with the past. And that's what's coming in. So the breakup, it's nothing to do with you. It's about everything to do with his situation. He's breaking up with that. And the separation that you are in, or the silent treatment you are going through, is actually where he's making the changes. So he's quiet or distant because he's working out what he needs to ask, what he needs to change, what he needs to do. And we've also got not enough. So he's working through fears of not being enough for you. Fears of not being enough to keep you. And he worries about that abandonment. And you may think, why? Why does he feel those things? It's core wounds he's healing. It's things from childhood, past life, previous relationships, where he's felt like he isn't enough. And we've all been there. Sometimes we feel that what the masculine is giving to us is not enough. And we learn through those situations to give back to ourselves. For me, I went through that very powerfully with a catalyst, and I've spoken about that in my story, available for members. But that's kind of like where whatever he was giving me, every message, every attention he was giving me, I wanted more, more, more. And it's one of the 7 deadly sins, it's very egotistical. It's lusting for more, craving more, wanting more, greed. Okay, we're dealing with greed. We want more. It's never enough. And what we learn is to give back to ourselves, because the masculines can't be everything to you that satisfies you. Just like you can't be everything to them that satisfies them. You have to give back to yourself. Don't look outside of yourself for the answers. They're always within you. If you're looking for the outside world for satisfaction, you'll never get it. That's why people who are very, very rich, they may be materially satisfied. They may have what they want, but they can be very lonely, because material things, it can help, but it certainly can't buy or keep love. And that's what we learn. So you learn to stand under your own umbrella and give back to your own self and, fill up your own cup. And he's realizing that he actually is enough for you. It says frustrated in a relationship. So feminines, you may be frustrated in this relationship because your masculine isn't moving on. In other words, he's staying with the karmic partner, even though he's showing you he's releasing himself from that. And he's not happy, he's frustrated in that relationship. You may not be happy because you're not receiving what you want from him in this moment. That could be communication or enough communication. And he's saying, breathe. The angels are saying breathe, because it's lack of confidence. It's lack of confidence sometimes that holds the masculine back, especially from making changes. But it's also lack of confidence with the feminine, because you're not confident in the love, the power of it. You're not confident enough in the connection or your own self. And that happened to me. And once I started giving back to myself and loving myself, my self-worth increased and I realised how valuable I am. And then union occurred. So they're giving me fear. So definitely both twins are mirroring each other here, because you're working through fears of frustration in the relationship, because the masculine is frustrated too, because he can't just ring you up or come around or, be with you. Especially if he's with a relationship that he's frustrated in. He's angry, he's frustrated at himself. So really being frustrated in a relationship is being frustrated at yourself, because something needs to change or you're not seeing things clearly. And it says lack of confidence, self-sabotage. So again, we sabotage sometimes our own self. You and your masculine are one. So when he's being nasty to you, he's really being nasty to himself. Or when he's kind of being silent with you, he's really being silent with himself. He's processing. But in other words, what the message is, what you give out, you get back. And what you're doing to your twin is ultimately what you're doing to yourself. So self-sabotage. There's that message again where, sometimes he worries that if he comes to you, you're going to abandon him. And that's why he can walk away first, so he hasn't got to see you walking away first. It says fear, ego issues, jealousy. And he's certainly been dealing with jealousy over the last few days. That's been coming up in the DM to DF reading. So he's saying, I want to release the things that cause jealousy. I want to release the karmic partner because that makes you jealous and you don't need to be. I belong to you. So he's saying, I'm releasing things that need to go. I choose to nourish myself and enrich my life. What a beautiful message. So, and this is also, look at the picture. Let's have a look at the picture on this one. We've got this new moon. Okay, so between now and the new moon, he's saying to you, I will not remain stuck. I choose change. I choose happiness. And I choose to nourish myself and enrich my life. And what that does is enrich the connection between the both of you, because you are together there. And I feel this is togetherness between now and the new moon coming in. So I choose to nourish myself and enrich my life. And even though it's showing this as a waxing crescent, I'm seeing this as the new moon. So I choose to nourish myself. I choose to enrich my life. And that's exactly what you're being guided to do as a divine feminine. So everything you're doing, giving back to you and letting your masculine have that room and space, is actually helping him to choose change and to decide once and for all to move out of that stuck energy. And I let go of the anxieties of others. And, you've got that cloud around the moon there. I let go of the anxieties of others. So in other words, the masculine is starting to rise up and, be his own self and listen to his own truth, instead of listening to and taking on board any anxiety or any issues around others. In other words, if his karmic partner is getting to him, he's releasing and letting go that anxiety. that frustration. He's realizing he's more frustrated at himself than anything else. And feminine, you're letting go of your anxiety around what other people do or what other people say. So you're learning to let go of taking things personally. This trigger energy being released with the both of you. So even though this is a masculine reading, I feel both of you as one, because you are merging into one, you're connecting with each other as one, and you're feeling this. So the message is separation is happening and quiet time is happening, so we can actually make this decision to break up with the past, to ask the karmic partner, to make big changes, and also to release any fears or doubts or insecurity about being good enough or enough for you, because he doesn't want you to walk out on him and abandon him, and he doesn't want to be left alone. So that's what's happening. So the big message is, I will not remain stuck. I choose change. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.